Welcome to the YouTube channel The Right Place, where creativity meets nature in the most inspiring ways. And today we're transforming small outdoor corners into enchanting escapes with 9 tiny garden facelift hacks featuring DIY log fairy house ideas that will completely refresh your space without spending a fortune. If you've ever looked at your tiny garden, balcony, patio, or backyard and felt it needed personality, warmth, and a touch of magic, you're in the right place to turn ordinary into extraordinary. Make sure you stay until the end because the final idea ties everything together beautifully. And don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring DIY garden transformations that bring big character to tiny spaces. One, choosing the perfect log for your fairy house. The first step in creating a captivating DIY log fairy house is selecting the right piece of wood, because the character of your project begins with the texture, shape, and natural details of the log itself. Look for logs with interesting curves, knots, hollow sections, or uneven bark, as these features naturally resemble whimsical doors, windows, and rooftops, instantly giving your fairy house an authentic woodland charm that feels like it belongs in a storybook garden. Once you've found the perfect log, it's important to properly clean and dry it to prevent decay and ensure durability, especially if your tiny garden is exposed to rain or humidity. Sand rough edges lightly while preserving the rustic texture, and consider sealing the wood with a clear outdoor protective coat to maintain its natural beauty while increasing longevity, ensuring your fairy house remains a magical focal point for seasons to come. 2. Designing a miniature fairy door entrance. Creating a charming fairy door is one of the most impactful ways to give your tiny garden an instant facelift, because a well-designed entrance becomes the heart of your log fairy house and draws attention immediately. You can craft the door using thin wood slices, popsicle sticks, or reclaimed scrap wood, adding miniature hinges, a tiny knob, or even carved patterns to make it look realistic and enchanting. Positioning the fairy door thoughtfully against the natural grain of the log enhances the illusion that fairies truly live inside, especially when you align it with cracks or hollow areas that resemble door frames. Painting the door in soft pastel shades, earthy greens, or whimsical reds can create contrast against the bark, making the entire design pop while still blending harmoniously with the surrounding plants and flowers. 3. Adding whimsical windows with personality. Small decorative windows instantly bring life to your DIY log fairy house. transforming it from a simple wood piece into a miniature fantasy home full of character and storytelling potential. You can use polymer clay, carved bark pieces, or even repurposed bottle caps to frame tiny circular or square windows, adding crossbars or faux glass effects to make them appear detailed and realistic. Placing multiple windows at different heights creates visual interest and makes the fairy house feel architecturally dynamic, especially in small gardens where vertical design helps maximize limited space. Consider adding transparent plastic behind the frames for a glass effect or inserting tiny LED lights inside the log to create a warm glow at night, giving your garden a magical evening ambience. Crafting a moss-covered rooftop. A moss-covered rooftop instantly enhances the woodland aesthetic of your tiny garden fairy house, because moss introduces natural texture, color variation, and softness that blends seamlessly with outdoor surroundings. You can attach preserved moss or living moss using garden-safe adhesive, carefully shaping it to resemble a sloping roof or whimsical thatched covering that looks like it grew organically over time. Maintaining the moss properly ensures your fairy house remains vibrant and fresh, especially if you choose living moss that requires occasional misting and indirect sunlight. This simple green addition not only elevates the visual appeal of your project, but also strengthens the illusion of a hidden fairy dwelling tucked away in a peaceful, enchanted garden corner. Creating a pebble stone pathway. A miniature pebble pathway leading to your log fairy house creates depth and storytelling within your tiny garden, guiding the viewer's eye directly to your handcrafted masterpiece. Small river stones, gravel, or crushed decorative pebbles arranged carefully in a winding pattern can simulate a realistic walkway, making the fairy house feel like part of a larger magical landscape. Embedding the stones slightly into soil or sand helps secure the pathway while giving it a natural, grounded appearance that doesn't look artificially placed. Adding tiny border plants or miniature fencing along the edges enhances dimension and gives your garden design a polished, cohesive look that feels thoughtfully curated despite limited space. 6. Incorporating miniature garden furniture. Adding tiny handmade furniture pieces such as benches, ladders, or tables amplifies the charm of your DIY log fairy house, while maximizing the decorative potential of your small garden. These miniature elements can be crafted from twigs, wire, or recycled materials, allowing you to personalize each piece and create a cohesive fairy-themed environment that feels lively and imaginative. 'Strategically placing the furniture around the entrance or beneath small plants creates a sense of scale and realism, making the fairy house appear inhabited and interactive. This thoughtful layering of details transforms a simple decorative log into a captivating garden scene that sparks curiosity and invites viewers to look closer. 7. Using soft lighting for evening magic. Lighting plays a transformative role in giving your tiny garden a dramatic facelift, especially when soft, warm LED lights illuminate your DIY log fairy house after sunset. Battery-operated fairy lights tucked discreetly inside hollow sections of the log create a glowing window effect that enhances the magical atmosphere and makes your garden feel cozy and inviting at night. 'Solar-powered micro lights placed along the Pebble pathway or around surrounding plants provide both sustainability and convenience, ensuring your fairy garden shines beautifully without complicated wiring. This gentle illumination elevates the overall design and turns your small outdoor area into an enchanting nighttime retreat. 8. Surrounding the fairy house with lush greenery. Carefully selecting compact plants such as succulents, dwarf ferns, or creeping ground covers enhances the scale and realism of your tiny fairy garden while adding vibrant texture and color contrast. These plants frame the log fairy house naturally, making it feel integrated rather than placed, which is essential when designing in small spaces. Layering greenery at different heights creates visual depth and makes even the smallest garden appear fuller and more dynamic, proving that strategic planting is one of the most effective facelift hacks available. By blending natural elements with your handcrafted fairy house, you achieve a balanced and harmonious outdoor aesthetic. Nine, personalizing with seasonal decorations. Updating your DIY log fairy house with seasonal decorations keeps your tiny garden fresh and exciting throughout the year, allowing you to reflect holidays, weather changes, or personal themes in subtle and creative ways. Mini pumpkins in autumn, tiny wreaths in winter, or colorful flowers in spring can completely transform the mood without requiring major redesign. Rotating decorative accents regularly ensures your garden always feels current and engaging, especially for returning viewers or guests who love discovering new details. This flexibility makes your fairy house not just a one-time project, but an evolving centerpiece that grows alongside your creativity and gardening passion. Conclusion: transform small spaces into magical escapes. Bringing these 9 tiny garden facelift hacks together proves that even the smallest outdoor space can become a magical retreat when creativity, natural materials, and thoughtful design work in harmony. From selecting the perfect log to adding lighting, greenery, and seasonal touches, each step contributes to building a whimsical DIY fairy house that transforms ordinary corners into enchanting focal points. If you enjoyed these inspiring ideas and want more creative garden transformations, make sure to like this video, share it with fellow garden lovers, and subscribe to The Right Place for weekly DIY inspiration that turns simple spaces into stunning works of art. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next magical project.